Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. Last week we went 4-6 in Wild Card Weekend. We swung and missed on the Vikings and on the Chargers. Both of them, both were road teams, and I really missed on both of them. The one that I did nail was the outright upset, Washington over Tampa Bay. So I'll pat myself on the back for that one. But a 66% win percentage, which pretty much matches our 70% overall win percentage straight up for the regular season. Again, this is all for fun, just a little something we do here on the Vegas Don channel for our community. No gambling involved, for entertainment purposes only. So let's just jump right into NFL's Divisional Playoff Weekend, starting on Saturday. Saturday's games bring us a pair of teams that met a month ago? Texans at Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 8 in this one, over under a 41.5. Really curious. It sounds like they're expecting a final score here of 27 to 20. No, not even. No, it'd be less than that. They're talking like 23 to 15 or something like that. No, it's even less than that. So they're expecting this to be kind of a defensive battle. 21 to 13, that sounds about right, something like that. 22 to 14, somewhere in that order. So they're expecting someone not to score more than 2 touchdowns, it appears. Whether that's the Chiefs or the Texans remains to be seen, but the bookmakers down here in Vegas, down the street from me here, they are predicting that it'll be the Chiefs that win and prevail by at least 8. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. I think the Chiefs will prevail at home. They're working on a week's rest. With the bye week, they didn't have to play last weekend. Texans did have to play, of course. So I will take the Chiefs. The points always scare me with the Chiefs because they have so many one-possession wins this year. I'm gonna go out on a stretch and say that the Chiefs will cover in this one, and I think it'll go over on the over/under. It's very rare that I do that especially in the playoffs, because defense is what wins championships, no matter what the sport, right? It's always defense, whether it's football, the football defense, basketball, the defense you have in basketball, baseball, pitching wins championships, and defense in hockey as well. So defense always wins championships, probably why they're expecting such a low scoring game, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. The nightcap for Saturday night brings us the Commanders at the Lions. Now, the Commanders are 9.5-point road dogs in this one. This line is actually swollen. It was 8.5 for the Lions earlier in the week. It's now up to 9.5, so there's a lot of betting action coming in on the Lions here. I'm going to take the Lions. I think the Lions will certainly cover over under a 55.5. That's a high over under. I think that it'll probably stay under on that over under. Lions again had the bye week last week. They are fresh as you can be at this stage in the season at least, but they had the week's rest to recover and recuperate. The Commanders do not, and the Commanders also had 1 day fewer rest because they played last Sunday. So this one's on a Saturday night. So, you factor these things in. It's those intangibles. You just don't know, who's going to come out and come out flat and all of that. And that's usually what happens. And then Sunday's games brings us the Rams of Los Angeles at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 6.5-point favorites at home in this one, over under a 43.5. So again, they're expecting kind of a defensive battle here. Certainly last week's game with the Eagles and the Packers was a defensive battle. That was, if you're not a fan of either team, it was kind of a slog. It was kind of just like, oh my goodness, let's hurry up and get this over with, right? Because it was just there was no scoring really. It was just, So anyway, but that looks like what they're expecting here again. 6.5-point favorites. I'm going to take the Eagles at home. I think they will win. I think they will cover over the Rams. Rams are a different team when they're away from Los Angeles, even though they won last week in Phoenix. But still, I think that the Eagles will prevail here. Over under 43.5. I'm inclined to take the under based on both teams, and I think that the defenses will be the strong suits, strong squads for both teams on this afternoon. So again, Eagles will cover and go under on that over-under. And then Sunday's nightcap brings us what I believe to be the game of the year, if not the second best game of the year, second to the AFC Championship game next week, which I predict will be the Chiefs and the Bills. So I just gave away the pick for this one. Ravens are favored by 1 in this one, on the road in cold, frigid Buffalo. It's really surprising. The Bills were initially favored when the line first came out as 1-point favorites. It has now swung to the Ravens' favorite. So I think that they played early in the season. Bills lost in Baltimore. Different venue, totally different venue. You've got that rabid crowd there in Buffalo. I like the 12th man component there for the Bills at home. I think the Bills will win outright. Over under a 51.5 in this one. I'm thinking the defenses will probably prevail on both sides of the ball again here today. So I'm going to take the Bills outright for the upset, and I think that the over-under will stay under on that over-under. And the next week's games will bring us the conference championship games for both the NFC and the AFC, and we'll see how we do. Let me know your picks and your thoughts. Let me know how I went completely off the rails this week and what you think about the picks. We'll see you next week, everyone, and have a great time this weekend enjoying the games.